Borderlands 4 isn't exactly a bomb, but it might be a little bit of a dud. The newest entry in the looter shooter franchise launched yesterday to mixed reviews, little sometimes mostly negative, on Steam, thanks to performance and crashing issues on PC.
Oh, dang it. I guess we'll just have to look forward to the other 1 billion games coming out. And on that note, we have some good news. Metroid Prime 4 finally has a release date, along with Hades 2 1.0, thanks to a Nintendo Direct this morning.
And AI voiceovers have resulted in a lawsuit. All this and more on the one gaming variety show brave enough to still be fully crafted by actual humans. So let's throw the Inside Game staffer who only recently stopped introducing himself as actually human, Brian Garr.
That's right. I'm just me. Yeah, let's talk about Borderlands 4, one of the most anticipated releases of the year. I think it's safe to say it debuted on Steam, more than 175,000 concurrent players. That's good. Solid 84 review score on Metacritic, also good. But there is a downside. Alongside the strong launch, negative reviews piling up largely over, you guessed it, performance issues on PC.
The looter shooter is currently sitting at mixed reviews on Steam, with users furious at how the game is running. User Edico wrote, terrible performance, worst I've ever seen. They added, turned it down to low graphics presets and couldn't hit 60 FPS, even with FSR upscaling on my RX 6900 XT.
Meanwhile, user Satan Claus called the game, quote, an unholy trio of pricing, Unreal Engine 5 and De Novo. Mr. Claus added in a very well-written blast. The stutters are constant, the crashes are brutal, and it feels like the game fights you harder than the bosses do. Every firefight turns into a slideshow. Every new area feels like a gamble, whether the game will hold together or not.
And Steam player Hannibal Lecter, wow, a celebrity, wrote simply, none of my friends can get the game to start past main menu. Ouch. The devs have been responding to some of the biggest complaints. They wrote to Edico, for example, we know PC optimization can be a bit tricky, and shared a troubleshooting guide.
We understand this must be very frustrating. Yeah, the chatbot reply, sure. Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford himself, the big man, our pitch, seemed to allude to this issue a few days ago when he said it would be a quote-unquote miracle if the game ran on a machine that was far below system specs.
Yeah, so hopefully they're rushing out some fixes and optimization soon, because right now it's not looking great. It did go from mixed to mostly negative, and now it's back to mixed on Steam. So, not positive. I will say, Lawrence and I played 7-8 hours of it yesterday. I played on 1080p, ultra settings. I had one crash in 7 hours, and no performance issues. So I got lucky.
Yeah, on my side of things, I had one crash as well. Driver just conked out in the middle, shutting all my monitors down, which is weird because I was able to stay on Discord. Very strange, very haunted. But I can vouch for the fact that it, like, for the way it looks and the kind of game it is, it does run like a significant tier lower than you'd expect on given hardware. I can't complain because I have the priciest, most overpowered crap in my PC. And I had a fine time, but I still had to turn resolution scaling all the way up to get what I would consider decent frame rates. So yeah, it's a tough one. It seems like a game that's made for right now and for the next 4 years. I feel like they're starting to understand that games like this sell for 5 or 10 years. So I think they picked their spec down the road, which is rough for people right now. But I think they were intending to sell this on the next PlayStation, on the next Xbox, and for PC for years and years and years.
All right, moving on, let's talk about the big Nintendo Direct showcase that just happened, and obviously the big headline, Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, let's go!
Yeah, woo!
I don't think that was I'm not sure if that was a big headline, Brian, I'm gonna be honest.
Here it is. All right, fine. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond will launch December 4th. It's been a long wait, truly it has, for fans ever since it was first teased back at E3 2017. And Nintendo showed off some new gameplay and an amiibo, so there you go.
Other highlights include bundled releases of Super Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2 on October 2nd for $70. I think if you buy them separately, they're $40 a piece. Speaking of which, Nintendo also confirmed the Super Mario Galaxy movie will hit theaters April 3rd of next year with the main cast returning, but no mention of a new Mario.
We get to see Rosalina on film, I guess. Wonder how that's going to work out for a very particular cross-section of Nintendo fans. But moving on from there, Capcom will release native Switch 2 ports of Resident Evil 7, Village, and Requiem on February 27th. That will coincide with Requiem's launch on other platforms. A lot of support from Capcom.
And there's also a new life sim Pokemon Pokopia that's scheduled for next year. And of course, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book is coming out in the spring of 2026.
And maybe the weirdest / best announcement was we're getting a physical remake of the Virtual Boy that will drop February 17th. Priced at $100 and $25 for a cardboard version. This is the weirdest thing. I rented a Virtual Boy from Blockbuster Video when I was a kid, and I don't think my rods and cones were ever the same. I think I saw red for 4 weeks or whatever.
Love that. It's the most like jankety cyberpunk video game console that exists, I think. So is the idea you drop your Switch into a cardboard thing and then you play Virtual Boy games?
Something like that. Who knows?
Anyway, I haven't watched the direct yet. I'm looking forward to that after this. All right, anyway. Oh, and we get a new DLC for Donkey Kong Bonanza. That launched today, adding DK Island, very famous island, and Emerald Rush challenges. Seems kind of light for a DLC, but that's Nintendo.
One more thing from the Direct, we learned that Hades 2 will be a timed console exclusive on the Switch 1 and 2. That's going to launch September 25th. On Switch 2, it's going to run at a blistering 120 FPS in TV mode. Switch 1 players will get a paltry 60 FPS, but they'll get a free upgrade if they move to the Switch 2.
Oh, hey, free upgrade. That's cool. The action-packed roguelike from Supergiant is already in early access on PC. Version 1.0 will also launch on September 25th. And hey, if you like these roguelites, these Hades, they're fantastic. It's a fantastic video game.
It really, really is. Yeah, I've been staving off starting Hades 2 until 1.0 hits because I know I'm just going to fall into a void. Cross-save support will come to the game. It'll let players transfer progress between PC and Switch. That's actually really nice. I started Hades 1 over a couple times, different platforms, but it was fine. Physical editions will arrive November 20th. No word yet on a PlayStation or Xbox release date.
All right, let's talk about Aspire Media. A French voice actor has taken legal action against Embracer-owned Aspire, alleging that the publisher used AI to replicate her voice in Tomb Raider 4 through 6 remastered without her consent. Yikes.
Francois Cadal, who has voiced Lara Croft in France for decades and in the Angelina Jolie film adaptations, claims players noticed discrepancies in new dialogue added during an August 14th update.
Aspire's patch notes cited localization fixes and restored voiceovers, but Cadal's lawyer said the new line sounded like a robotic imitation of her voice. Cadal has filed a formal notice demanding the compilation be pulled from sale and sales figures disclosed. Aspire has not commented.
Aspire is, these are the dudes that are, they've been remaking those Star Wars games, the old Star Wars games, and they're generally kind of a mess. So I kind of expect this from Aspire. They have not necessarily been the greatest in the last year or two. They've also been tasked with that Knights of the Old Republic remake, which I'm very worried about. So, yeah, this isn't good. This does not look good for anybody, and I kind of expect it from Aspire.
My only Aspire story is that I applied to be a game tester there to enter the video games industry, and they offered me a job as a college graduate for federal minimum wage, which was like $7 an hour. I made a choice, and I'm not a phenom game developer to this day because Aspire did not welcome me with open financial arms.
That's and look at where they are now, man.
Yeah, look at that, Aspire.
Meanwhile, another French voice actor, Corinne Wallong, said she won't be returning to the role of Talanji, that is the Queen of Zandalar in World of Warcraft, which she had done for about 7 years. She wrote on Instagram that, quote, "I'm refusing to record the role due to AI restrictions." So a lot of news with AI and French voice actors.
All right, just like Aspire's rejection letter, Inside Games is on your side. Finding good things for you and making sure you end up in the right spot. Here's some free games for the week. All on PC, that's just how it is these days. This week, Epic Games is giving away Ghost Runner 2, Monument Valley 2, and the Battle of Polytopia. Prime Gaming has After Image, Tower of Time, Subterranean, Minds of Titan, so excited to say the title of this, Spelljammer, Pirates of Realm Space. This is a weird free game. Broilers is now free on Steam. It's a game that looks like chess, but is described thusly, quote, "It is important to understand that in Broilers, victory is primarily achieved by the ability to skillfully prioritize the characteristics of species, the assignment of cards to pawns, and the timely creation of species and assigning them a program for action."
Is that written by a robot?
It's got, I think it might be a machine translation, but it's got its own wiki to learn how to play it. Broilers is free if you need something to do. And speaking of needing something to do, Brian, hit us with a review.
This is a follow-up 5-second review on Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. So in the what is it, was a few weeks since I did the last review, I have now 85 hours on it on Steam. I'm obsessed with it. It's fantastic. Yes, totally addicted to it. I'm still not very good at it, but yes, I love it. If you like Vampire Survivors, but you're like, I wonder what that would look like if it were Deep Rock Galactic, this is the game for you.
Brian's right. I play it, like I told you, I still play it almost every night before I go to bed because it's really fun. All right, here comes some upcoming games for this week. First up, LEGO Voyagers. From the makers of LEGO Builder's Journey comes a new 2-player co-op adventure about friendship and play. When 2 friends make it their mission to rescue an abandoned spaceship, they embark on a journey beyond their wildest dreams. Comes to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on September 15th.
Little Witch in the Woods tells the story of Ellie, an apprentice witch. Explore the mystical forest, help the charming residents, and experience the daily life of the witch. Little Witch in the Woods comes to PC on September 15th.
Next up, hot damn, Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. It's a single-player, survival-like auto shooter. Take on hordes of lethal aliens, mine riches, and unlock powerful upgrades to survive as you wield the full arsenal of Deep Rock Galactic. It's one dwarf against all of Planet Hoxus. Comes to PC September 17th.
Up next, Strange Antiquities. Become the custodian of a store dealing in occult antiquities. Explore the quaint and gloomy town of Undermere, where strange goings-on and dark mysteries abound. Find and identify arcane artifacts. Use your collection to aid the townsfolk with their unusual problems. And remember to pet your cat. Comes to Switch and PC on September 17th.
Arctic Awakening is a first-person narrative adventure set in the unforgiving Arctic. Your plane crashed in a storm, leaving only your court-mandated therapy bot for company as you journey to find your co-pilot and uncover the mysteries buried beneath the ice. Arctic Awakening comes to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on September 18th.
Dying Light, The Beast. You are Kyle Crane, and after years of brutal experiments, you want revenge. Experience a unique blend of open world and survival horror as you hunt down the man who transformed you into half man, half beast. Comes to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and the PC, September 19th.
And then finally, Trails in the Sky First Chapter. Reimagine the first chapter of a beloved series, infusing it with enhanced visuals and refined gameplay. Join Estelle and Joshua, partners bound by fate, as they unravel dark conspiracies threatening the peace of the Liberal Kingdom. Liberal Kingdom? Who even really knows? Comes to PS5, Switch, and PC on September 19th.
And God bless anime, which, who knows, maybe they're burying us under whatever's happening at YouTube. Yeah, waters are rough on YouTube, so thank you for choosing to watch this video. You know, there's a lot of gaming content out there, so we appreciate it. Consider subscribing if you enjoyed the episode. And hey, if you really, really enjoyed it, please check out our Inside Games Patreon. All of our episodes are listed there for free, along with a personally selected dank deep cut meme of the day. So please enjoy. We'd like to shout out some patrons that support the show directly through our Patreon. Brown Sugar, Ati, and Seatbelt Man. Thank you very much for the support.
Yeah, we got some more patrons to thank. Brian English, Jose Diaz, and Ryan Daraberry. Thanks very much for continuing to support us on this YouTube hellscape.